Today we're doing lesson 2, area of triangle notes. A triangle is a closed figure with 3 sides and angles. And if you look at the picture, triangles can be all different shapes and sizes, but it's consistently having 3 sides to it. Use the rectangle to show the area of a triangle. So what you're going to do is you're just going to draw a line, and then you can see here, now this is your triangle. And then you would find the area. A triangle takes up half the space of a rectangle. So steps to find the area of a triangle. First, you are going to highlight the perpendicular height. You're always going to find the height first. That's the first thing you're always going to do. Highlight the base that's connected to the height at the 90-degree angle, the right angle. And you're always going to highlight that in yellow. So there's 2 different formulas that you can use. You can use A equals B times H divided by 2, or A equals 1.5 times B times H. You're only going to use this formula if you have fractions in your triangle, like your height or your angle for your base. Otherwise, I want you to use this formula. That's the one we're going to be using today. So units are always squared. So when you take a look here, I'm going to find my height first, and I'm going to highlight my height in blue. So I found my height, and then I'm going to look what line connects to my height. That's a straight line. That would be this one right here, and we can see here's my 90-degree angle, so I know that's my base. If you look at this triangle, there's 3 sides, and there's no height. So what you do is you draw a line down and connect it to the base to make your triangle with a 90-degree angle. So I find my height. And again, there's my 90-degree angle, so I'm going to highlight my base. And it is the entire length of that line, the one that I created, and then it goes all the way to the triangle too. So here's your other one. You're going to highlight the height, and then you are going to find the line that has that 90-degree angle, which is right there, and you're going to highlight the whole base. So now that we've had some practice highlighting the height and base, we're going to turn it over and we're going to go ahead and get started with some numbers too. So it says find the area of the following. Show your work, include units, round to the nearest tenth. So for number 1, my very first step that I'm going to do is I am going to highlight the height. And I see in this figure that the height is 8. And then I'm going to find my base where that 90-degree angle is, and I'm going to highlight that. If you turn over, you can remember that your formula that you're going to be using is area equals base times height divided by 2. So I'm going to take my information that I highlighted and I'm going to say area equals 12, which is my base, times 8, which is my height, divided by 2. That equals 96 divided by 2, and 96 divided by 2 is 48, and remember we are going to square our units. So if you go ahead to number 2, again, your very first step, you are going to highlight your height. So this is my height, and then I need to find my base. Where is my 90-degree angle along that length? I'm going to highlight it yellow. I write down my formula, area equals height times base, so I'm going to go ahead and find that, and that is 2.3 times 5.44. And I'm going to divide that by 2, according to my formula. So when I do that math, I find that is 12.512 divided by 2. That equals 6.256, and remember we're going to round to the nearest tenth. So when I'm rounding, I do my squiggly lines, and the 5 tells the 2 to go up, so it's 6.3 centimeters squared. Alright, so I go to my next one, and here we see it's a triangle and there's no straight line for the height. So I'm going to go ahead and make that straight line myself, and I'm going to highlight the height. And then I'm going to highlight my base, which is connected at that 90-degree angle. I have my formula that I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. So area is my base times my height divided by 2, which gets me 31.5 divided by 2, which equals 15.75. And I'm going to round it to the nearest tenth, so I'm going to do my squiggly lines because I'm going to show that I am rounding, and it's 15.8 millimeters squared. Your next one, you're going to find your height, and you're going to see where is it connected at that 90-degree angle. There's your 90-degree angle, and here is my base. Plug it into your formula, so area equals your base times your height divided by 2, which gets you 154 divided by 2. And 154 divided by 2 is 77, and I'm going to go and look at what my units are. It is centimeters, and I need to square them. The next two problems are the you-try problems. So remember, use your blue first to highlight your height. Use your yellow next to highlight your base, and then go ahead and plug it into the formula. If you don't remember the formula, flip it over to the front, and there it is for you.